So I was traveling last week, and I'm a bit behind on the reviews. Apologies for that, but I plan on making it to the theater this weekend and catch up on Don't Breathe 2, Demonic, and The Night House. In the meantime, outside of what's been in mainstream theaters, there have been a few films quietly released on Blu-ray, on-demand, and digital download worth checking out. The lengthy titled My Heart Can't Beat Unless You Tell It To is one of those quieter, yet powerful horrors worth seeking out. Welcome back to ML Miller Frights. I'm ML Miller. Before we begin, please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications. My Heart Can't Beat Unless You Tell It To is new on Blu-ray and also available on demand and digital download from Dark Sky Films. It's directed and written by Jonathan Cuartas. Thomas, played by Super Dark Times' Owen Campbell, is very sick, and it's up to his brother Dwight, almost famous as Patrick Fugit, and his sister Jessie, Ingrid Sophie Schramm, to take care of him. But Thomas's condition isn't normal. He requires a large amount of blood in order to survive, and it's up to Dwight to carry the heavy burden of picking up and killing the homeless and others who won't be missed to keep Thomas's blood bank full. This proves to be way too much for Dwight. But Jessie isn't about to let Thomas wither away and will stop at nothing to provide what is necessary to keep her family together. In a word, My Heart Can't Beat Unless You Tell It To is about family.
I don't have friends. I got family.
It's about the lengths people will go to keep family together.
Family.
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 That's what I said. And stretching those bonds to the breaking point. Yes, it appears Thomas is a vampire of sorts, but My Heart Can't Beat Unless You Tell It To plays that aspect down. Thomas doesn't have fangs and can't change into night creatures. He's weak and frail and barely keeping alive. Is this because his brother and sister can't provide enough blood for him? That's unclear. All we know is that he needs blood to survive. My Heart Can't Beat Unless You Tell It To is a slow and methodical drama with horrific elements. The horror comes from the burden Dwight must shoulder and the callousness that has overwhelmed Jessie. There are murders, but it's how these murders affect the three siblings in different ways that make this film resonate exponentially the more we get to know these main characters. I haven't seen Patrick Fugit in anything in quite a while, but he's grown quite a bit over the years, and his acting has grown as well. He's the window into this bizarre situation, and the weight of it all shows on his sorrowful face, slouched posture, and slight glimmer of hope he gets when he thinks of leaving. Seeing him being pulled back into this situation is painful to watch, and Fugit really does shine the brightest of the three leads. I haven't seen Ingrid Sophie Schramm before, but apparently she's a former model. All of that glitz is scrubbed away in this bold performance as Jessie. In her mind, she has one goal: keep Thomas alive. So much so that she has almost forgotten how to be human and is much more of a killing machine than either of her brothers. Schramm is fearless here, and her power contradicts her own thin frame, as she is definitely the one wearing the pants of the family.
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 Rounding out this small cast is Owen Campbell, who really impressed me in Super Dark Times. While he spends most of his screen time mustering enough energy to get out of bed, he provides a heartbreaking performance, mostly due to how frail and reliant he is on his siblings to survive. Still, his dreams to be normal, and maybe one day leave the house, is crushing. There is violence and blood in My Heart Can't Beat Unless You Tell It To, but it resonates so much more than your typical monster movie because you get drawn into this situation and really care for the survival of these three characters. This really is a soul crusher of a movie. It's not the feel-good vamp flick of the year, but it is one of the best you're bound to see. This is the first feature film from writer-director Jonathan Cuartas, but he shows great skill in wringing painful emotion from scenes with his patient and methodical way he lets the story unfold. I wouldn't recommend My Heart Can't Beat Unless You Tell It To anyone who is depressed at the moment, But if you're looking for some deep and heavy horror, this is it. It painstakingly depicts vampirism as an allegory for the monumental burden of caring for a sick person, and how easily that can shatter the core of family.
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 Yes, Vin. Family. That'll be it for today. Please chime in down below in the comments and let me know how on the nose or mind-numbingly wrong I am, or you can counter with your own review. So guys, you know how YouTube works. I'd love to be able to dedicate more time to this channel. I'm not monetized yet, so if you want to help me out, remember to hit all the pertinent bells and whistles down below. Want some spooky comics to read? I have 2 new horror comic book trade paperbacks you should look out for. Both Gravetrancers and Pirouette, collecting never-before-published issues, can be found in only the finest of comic book shops. If you're looking for written reviews, you can find them on my website, mlmillerwrites.com. If you really want to show your support, I also have a Patreon page at mlmiller. Look for the link to my Patreon page down below. Thank you so much for your time, and take care.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your reality. You're doomed. Oh, you're doomed. You're doomed. You're doomed. Live the life that you are meant to live inside.